I'm not sure anybody serious was actually expecting anything from this administration. Those who are serious about any expectation of change did not ab initio support this administration. So I'm not sure that anyone who had genuine hopes have had their hopes dashed. This administration has done exactly what it promised to do, which is nothing.
Hello, my great and wonderful people. We welcome you once again to our today's episode of this program. And today we get some messages and videos for our team. We're going to be saying one quickly the review to you concerning the things going to be saying in the happen right now for inside this country, Nigeria. Just as you rightly see one from the introduction of this very broadcast, when it be said with the receive from Barrister Dele Farotimi, we get much than this. And apart from that, we equally get this other message going to be say it concerns the strike when it be say it did take place as we talk right now. How it be say Nigeria Labour Congress take come outside to shut down the FCT gate, which is the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. They demand the increment for their minimum wage. All right, we'll see the review that very one to you, and after that one, we'll still get much more when ABC will the review, even for the process of the Zore broadcast. And before we go on, I want to quickly beg you for one favor. I beg not forget to help us like this video, because the more you like this video, the more YouTube they recommend them to many people. Now their own policy now be that very one. Thank you so much for your support. Before we bring you that video of Barrister Dele Farotimi, we'll quickly do this very one. I want to be say it they come concerning the Nigeria Labour Congress, how it basically marked up strike even today when it be Monday. And as we put our hand there for inside this matter, the comicals of the stance say workers of the Federal Capital Territory Administration, FCTA, under the aegis of the Joint Unions Action Committee, when we say the city called GUAC, on Monday morning shut the gates of the FCTA Secretariat for number 1 Capital Road, Area 11, Garki, Abuja. And still on top of the matter, the comicals understand say as early as 8 a.m., when it be say Vanguard correspondent drive by the area, the workers when it be say they obey the strike action by the Nigeria Labour Congress NLC don't lock the gates and also block them with vehicles. And this gates when be say they talk about so now the premises house of the FCT minister when it be say name na Yeson Wike, and also his own agriculture and food security counterpart when it be say name na Senator Abubakar Karim. All right, my great and wonderful people. Now, only this one we take from this very message when we say it concern the issue when it be say they take place right now. How it be say Nigeria Labour Congress till they carry out protests concerning their minimum wage. Now, it be this very one. Not be because of everybody concerning their own minimum wage. No misunderstand our words, because these people, they already fight for their own right from the beginning. If they don't settle them now, everything don't also go under the carpet. All right, we'll not get time to waste concerning that very one. We get the response when it be say yes, the Nigeria police respond to this very strike before we bring you the video of Barrister Dele Farotimi. And this other message, not the warning when it be say Nigeria police force sent across to the Nigeria Labour Congress concerning this very strike. And the title of this one talks say, strike, act responsibly, police caution organized labor. Yes, just as we talked before concerning this strike when it be say it they go on right now, the police force don't send their own warning to the Nigeria Labour to make sure see everything when it be say that they do, they're doing in a responsible way. This very statement, if you ask us now, say whether not bad statement, and the truth not pass be say not be bad statement. Now what they're supposed to do now it be this very one. Their own, they create this very body to maintain law and order. But the question when they say one quickly ask the Nigeria police not pass be say, this right of Nigerians concerning our minimum wage and this hunger and increments in all foodstuffs and petrol, diesel, and so on and so forth. They no fit still send a message to the federal government of Nigeria to talk, say, may they also act responsibly concerning the citizens of the land. Abi, e no dey possible. Now question, now it will they ask you, because we always understand, say, in every actions, there is always a reaction. Abi, now the actions of the federal government of Nigeria, due to the way when they say that they treat the citizens, now it they cause all these reactions for everywhere. Abi, but una fit come outside as Nigeria Armed Forces or Nigeria Police to warn the citizens when they say that they demand for their own rights against the inhuman treatment when they say the federal government of Nigeria they met upon their own fundamental human rights. But una no go fit come outside as well to caution the federal government of Nigeria, say the reason for this reaction now because of the una action. Make una make sure say una make una action right towards these citizens in order for them to also in their own turn maintain laws and orders. Abi, e not there for una own parable, even though say e not there for una own parable. E not there for una own right thinking. Say they not they use empty stomach. They reason well. Abi, una not understand police. They say hunger when they say they for this grant. You know they reach where una dey. The way when it be say things stay the cost for market today, even to the extent of food prices, una own salary they in line with them. Una salary they catch up with the expenses when it be say it dey on daily basis for fuel, diesel to the food stuff. Una own salary, this minimum wage, police will they ask una. I don't know whether they can bet una. I understand because of una roadblocks and all that. When they be say una take the sign for money from the citizens as well. When they be say they don't even get at all. Now it make una they get confident. They confront the citizens. Why it be say una supposed to confront the resource of the problem. I believe if it better for the citizens, it will equally better for una. Abi, but una not the reason those ones so because of say they profit una. Una take small from the side of the federal government of Nigeria as una own salary. And at the end, una go do the finish up from the side of Nigerians, from all the Rogers, from roadblocks, and all the allegations or founded allegations just to get una own way to sign for their money. Take the small one when they say it's still there for their hand. How una no go take day well? How una whole family no go take day well? How una will fit come outside to stand for the general public, for the federal government of Nigeria to do things well? Because una own they well. Yes, una they well. If they say na 1,000 naira, na that they pay una at the end of the month, una know where una for they get una supplements. But Nigerians not get any other way to get their supplements apart from this minimum wage. And mind you, this minimum wage, when they talk about so, now for the few people, when they feel even get work or manage get work, when it be civil servants, not be everybody. Out of 100%, not even reach 15%. When it be said they talk about now, the reason about the 75% when it be said they don't even get any connection with this minimum wage, waiting be their own life standard. You know, we'll ask about that one. You know, they talk about how the federal government of Nigeria want to create job opportunities for the citizens in order for them to do well. They come outside, they send warning to the Nigeria Labour Congress, right? Kudos to una, Nigeria Police. All right. After that one, I will leave you to share your opinion with us on the comment section, even as I leave you to listen to this other one when they receive. As a warning also from Barrister Dele Farotimi, when it be say it warn each and every one of us ahead of this election of 2023. And the things when it be say we're supposed to do and focus on in order for us to know what to do and also do the things right. When it be say majority of us largely neglect when it be say they put all of us for where we did today. It's just a piece of reminder of waiting we miss. We'll come back for more.
Spoken at length about the evil nature of our rulers, but we cannot readily excuse ourselves because even though our democracy is not perfect, we have tolerated evil and become acculturated to it. we've completely forgotten about values. So this, for me, this coming election is about us as a people, as a collective. What kind of people are we? We've hidden behind the rulers for too long. We've blamed our woes on the pimpish, consumptive men whom we have elected as rulers over our country. For too long, we have blamed our woes on those ones. We've blamed it on them as though they are the reasons we are where we are. But the truth is, we should really look more closely in our own mirror when we begin to look for the reason why Nigeria is the way it is. 2023 is a lot clearer. We have no excuses. It's a clear choice between light and darkness. I have no hesitation in describing both Atiku and Tinubu as twin horsemen of the apocalypse. There is nothing about them that inspires hope or change. If anything, they seem like the sort of forces that consumes life, drains out the energy. These are old men who should be sleeping somewhere. If they have anything, they should be paying penance.
When the evidences of your senses are overwhelming in pointing out to you that the path you are about to take is a ruinous one, you shouldn't require me to tell you not to take that path. The fact on the ground is that you have had 7 years of APC. It has destroyed Nigeria. I have had occasion to say this long before I joined the fray on anybody's part, that what I'm seeing before me is a country destroyed beyond repairs. What you might do is to reimagine that country and then begin to put it back together in its new form. When you are now bringing a Bola Ahmed Tinubu, so there is a disaster waiting to succeed a disaster, Nigeria won't survive such a person. So you, on the other hand, you have a Mikano, Etiku. What value has he ever added to Nigeria beyond an entitlement of the right to rule? What value? So he has a university that came as a function of his having sat in the office of the vice president. He has been a public servant practically the totality of his life, and yet he has amassed untold wealth. Any thinking people would not want anything to do with these two failures. They are proven failures. Every other person you might say you are taking a chance on any other person, no matter who that other person might be, amongst the raft of presidential candidates that are left in the race. But to be looking at those two and be considering them as choices in our present circumstances, 1,000 naira is exchanging for £1. And we are still talking about any one of these characters that have brought us to this place. Please now. Are we all right? I, in all honesty, let me just be very clear with you. I cannot, in good conscience, look at these two men and see candidates. And I can't, in good conscience, believe that we would probably have enough people. Because I don't know if the person who will vote for a Tinubu or an Atiku, in the face of the overwhelming evidence of their senses, can tell me that they are still human. A person to pretend the state for 23 years, where is the hospital that even he can use? Where are the schools that any one of their children can attend? It's not just about the quality or lack of quality of the educational system. You're talking about almost a complete absence of the government within the space. For every 10 classroom spaces in Lagos State itself, the government has less than 3. We're in Lekki Phase 1. Beautiful place, quote and unquote. Superintended entirely by government. In the last 23 years, at least Tinubu has been responsible for how it has flowed. There isn't a single government school in the whole of this Lekki Phase 1 housing millions, not one single government school, whether primary or secondary. No presence of any health authority within this space. And this is the peak of their planning. No pipe water as big as Lekki is, and it is the only place in the entire Lagos state, where in the entire Lekki Peninsula, where Lagos state has pipe water. It covers less than 5% of the homes inside this estate. And then we're talking about promoting such a person to the presidency, and I'm supposed to take it. No, as far as I'm concerned, Nigerians have every right, just as I do, to vote for who I care. But I don't usually agree with Pastor Oyedepo. But there was something he said about the election result giving us the number of mad people we have in Nigeria. I don't believe those are mad people. I believe it will be telling me just how many people remain in Nigeria capable of using their brain to come to logical conclusions. That's all I will say.
Elections have consequences. Whether these people will cut costs where it should be cut, or whether they will be asking us to tighten our own belts while their own babies are sipping over their trousers, those will be the decisions to be taken. That is when your citizenship becomes an issue. Whether the federal government and the state government, the rulers generally, would continue their ruinous policies of borrowing to consume, while demanding that the rest of us continue to bleed our substance to keep them in style. These are the things that will determine the content of our citizenship. This coming election and the aftermath are going to be consequential for Nigeria and Nigerians. Elections have consequences. You must vote for competence above ethnicity and religion. And yes, records matter. We have a 7.5-year record, almost 8 years record now, of course, of General Buhari. What we've watched this morning, the buck passing, the illustration of dysfunction in its worst form, where you are having, look, it's almost like we're sat on top of a refuse dump where we've all lost our senses of smell. So when people come around and as Goebbels begins to repeat nauseating things that should not be normalized to the point where they excuse it, dice it, cut it, Nigerians must become wiser.
All right, my great and wonderful people, that message won't be just listening to so now 1 year ago. When it be say majority of us, like Nigeria police, deliberately forget and neglected when it make all of us do where we did today. Even most of the Nigeria Labour congressmen, when they fight for minimum wage today, all of them neglect this cry. Not be only for Barrister Dele Farotimi, for majority of well-meaning Nigerians, when they say they stand, last year, they cry for this, last 2 years. He don't there for office now for 1 year now, right? Last 2 years ago, yes, before the election, una deliberately shut una ear and una mind against all this warning. Today, this will not be prophecy fulfilled. Abi? Now, so talking concerning this matter, now waiting we go for market to buy. Majority of us, now it will they enjoy today. Although, majority of us not also buy, they force on us. All of us will smell the shit together until we still escape this regime and also have another choice to make again after 4 years. Then we know, say now then, get the final say now. For another 4 years, when they say it, they come. Because we know, as they enter there for the first 4 years, it becomes much easier and possible for them to manipulate their way for the second 4 years. When they say it will make 8 years. Then may we sit down, they hopeful, say all these things when they say if they happen right now, fit teach us senses. If you not fit teach us before, now I believe say the one will be say happen before. We combine with the one will be say they happen now. It's supposed to also boost our sense of reasoning. If we not fit still learn, then we'll still face and the way we'll be say it will still come. All right. Share your own opinion with us in the comment section, even as we draw the line of this broadcast here. We will see you again when we see you. Remember, we love you all. Bye-bye.